Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk. Today's episode, again, very important. We've talked about storm fronts in the past, and something I want to talk about that's a little different but similar is temperature changes. Okay, this can affect animal movement any time of the year. Spring and fall are little milder examples here in Iowa, so I'm going to use examples that probably resonate a little better with all of us. So let's talk summer and winter. More extreme temps, right? Summer you're running pretty hot, winter you're running pretty cold. All right, so in the winter, a couple of examples, and this is something you really got to prepare for. If you see a temperature change coming, you need to have your traps in place in advance. So in the winter, I like to trap for it's the rut for boars, boar coon. So with that being said, in the winter when I'm boar coon trapping during the rut, I like to prepare for warm days. On warm days in the winter, and I'm talking not super warm, though sometimes it does get super warm in the last, certain winters, but let's say you're averaging 10 degrees consistently for a couple weeks, and you see a warm up coming, 35 degrees. That may not seem like a lot, but that is a lot. Okay, so you need to, as a trapper, I'm thinking, man, I got to prepare for that. So before that warm up hits, and I'm talking a few days before, you need to have, I like to have, at least 50 to 100 sets out to prepare for that big movement night that's coming. Okay, and if it's a couple nights in a row where it's going to be 35 and then it's going to drop back down, man, you got to hammer them raccoon hard on those warm nights. And I'm talking, guys, they will move like crazy. I haven't tried to hit them big numbers in the winter because the coon market's not been high, but even when I do, I mean, I can get 10, 15 coon a night just playing around with warm weather in the winter. Okay, so that's an example for raccoons. Now I want to do another example. In the winter, bitter cold. If bitter cold's coming in, man, I get excited. Let's say we've been averaging 25 degrees a day for a week and a half, and we're about to drop down into zero and negative temperatures. Man, you need to, like, as a trapper, I'm thinking I got to gear up. I got to gear up, and I got to gear up hard and get going. I need to be putting snares out like crazy. If the ground's still exposed, I'll go ahead and run dirt holes and everything. But when that temp drops, the coyotes and cats, they go nuts. They go nuts. They want food. They're running hard. They don't store a lot of fat on their bodies. So when that temp drops like that, they want to go get a significant source of protein and fats in their diet, so they can go sleep and be warm. So that is an example in the winter of two different extremes that you can use, and that's why in the winter you'll see me trapping both raccoon and coyotes and cats. I'll kind of dual attack that. Now let's go to the summer side of things. Summer side's the exact same, just different, right? So in the summer, I mean, it's hot as snot out there, and believe it or not, a lot of the animals will lay low. If it's getting down to only 80 degrees at night and it's humid like it gets here in Iowa, they're going to hold up, or they'll just go to the watering hole right close to them. So yeah, not a lot of movement on those nights. So if I was going to be trapping coon or predators in general in the summer here in Iowa, what I'm looking for is like last night and tonight. I think it's late July, and it's very unusual, but it's like mid 50s at night. Mid 50s is insane in Iowa for mid to late in July. That's going to change in the near future. So, anyways, as a trapper, if I'm trying to hammer some nuisance work here in the summer, those are the nights I need to take advantage of. I mean, and guys, I'm not kidding you. I drove home one night and I seen red fox and coyotes and coons. It was a cool night, and it was the first cool night in a while, and they were all running. So that is an example how you can take advantage of that. Now with the hot nights, not much moves very far here in Iowa. So, you know, I'm not saying you can't catch fur, but you want to prepare for those cool nights in the summer as far as predators go. And you can hammer on them hard those nights. That's, you know, they'll be out eating and drinking, so, and traveling. So there's two different complete differences right there, and how you can utilize those temperature changes to catch a lot of fur. But you got to be prepared for it, guys. You got to have those traps in place when that hits, or it's too late. You missed it. It's gone. So you need to be watching your weather, and I know it's rather inconsistent, so you need to kind of go off what your weather apps are saying, but also what Mother Nature's saying to you a little bit, and just be prepared and have a big line out, and you will hammer the fur. There's no doubt. If you've got the sets in and they're good sets, you're playing the weather, the temperatures, yeah, you're gonna come away with a lot of fur real quick. So, all right, guys, that's this episode of Real Talk. I know it's nothing super exciting, but I do think there's some good information there. So if you all hit that thumbs up for me, and stay tuned for the next episode. I'm preparing to go to the NTA convention in South Dakota. I'll be doing some videos there too. So yeah, just look forward to that. I'll see you on the next one. Tight chains, guys.